Hey, what's up, everybody? I know it's been a while, but we want to give you an update on the ugly Nova. This is my son's 65 Nova. Um, we'll take a little tour and give you a little update on what we are currently doing with this crazy project. So it started out when we picked up the vehicle, gosh, a year or two ago. It had a 4.8 in it, which is here. Obviously, it's not in the vehicle. The thing ran very well. It had a little bit of a tick, which LS motors sometimes have. But the thing about it, man, it was just a leaking freaking bucket. Possibly coming from the sender there. Not quite sure, but we're not sure what we're going to do with this thing because it still is a good motor. We may end up, I don't know, rebuilding it and throwing it in something else. But so the update is, so here is the Nova. If you guys haven't seen it yet, make sure you go to the Instagram, the Ugly Nova, also Gasratz Customs. Got a lot of info on it for you. So this is where we're at now. We've got an all aluminum 6.0 LS installed. We had this, this is built by a friend of ours. It's on Instagram. His name is Church of LS. Very, very reputable engine builder. We put it in, got everything dialed in. But we paused for a moment because we had a little bit of a problem. But let me pan over here. If you haven't seen it yet. So, so this is the Holley EFI high ram intake, which is pretty insane. We won't have a picture of it currently to show you on the motor, but this thing is, it fits with no hood, but we've got a couple options. Our friends over at Auto Metal Direct gave us a new hood here. It's got a small cowl on it, and then we've got another fiberglass one. So the deal was we put the motor in, had it fully in, had the radiator in, cooling system, everything. Went to crank it over for the first time ever, and unfortunately we were having a little trouble gaining oil pressure. So we tried a bunch of different things, trying priming it. God, there's a laundry list of things that we tried. So we decided to pause because we don't want to keep cranking the motor over and running it with no oil pressure. That's obviously a bad thing. So we pulled everything off, pulled the intake off, pulled the entire front accessory drive off, radiators out. So our next move here is going to pull this thing out, put it up on a run stand. And you know why we have it out? The one thing we didn't do was we're going to install a new cam, and we'll drop those specs in this video or the next one. So more to come on this thing. So super excited about it. It is pretty badass. The one really cool thing we did here was we added electric assisted power steering. So there's a new steering box there, if you can see it down there. From there it goes through the firewall into the new, it's called E-Pass, Electric Power Steering Assist. So let me get down there and show you that. This is basically the motor. The motor's right there connected to the column, which goes up to the steering wheel, which has a quick release on it, which is kind of cool. This thing is really cool. Once you, when you've got the car fired up and running, it's totally easy to just, you've got power steering. And then this knob here is a little bit of an adjuster, so you can kind of adjust the, I guess, how much you want it to assist or not. The cool thing about this, it's super safe. If you lose all power, electric fails, this just defaults and goes back to your standard non-power steering car. So you can kind of steer it safely off the side of the road until you figure out what's going on. So, yeah, pretty cool. It's got the motor there. It comes with the column. It comes with the collapsible column, I should say. Man, I don't know. I really like it. So we've got a little work to do. This is not finished yet. We're gonna button this up and make it actually look kind of pretty. But we've got our Forever Sharp steering wheel on there, and we've got the quick release back there. So this should be pretty cool. We've got the Holley Terminator in here. I know it looks like a mess, but we just got to button up a few things, get it all dialed in. In the next video, we will show you the Holley EFI screen. So more to come on that, a little teaser there. But inside, you know, kids did a good job with the Pro Car seats. In the back, we reupholstered the rear, also part of the Pro Car seat combo. So wanted to show you now a video of what it looks like now. I know it looks like a mess, but that's okay, because the next video, hopefully, we'll have this up and running and a little bit cleaned up. So the other thing that we did, or actually Blake did, see, my son is pretty good with electrical, so he relocated the battery, so it's now in the trunk. He's got kind of a connection point there. Underneath there's a new fuse box. So right now, again, everything it's not completely dialed in because we fired it up once. It's more of a test. We've got to go through and clean up a lot of wiring and tuck stuff away. That's where I kind of fall in. My job's good at that. I can make things kind of look a little bit prettier, but we don't want to steer too far from the theme of this thing. It is kind of an ugly duck, but yeah, so that's kind of where we're at with that. The other cool thing we did, you guys may have not seen this, but the roof was all primer. It wasn't very pretty, so while we had it inside, we removed all of the ugly gray primer that was on here. I got down to a little buffing, got a nice, somewhat decent, I don't know, reflection clear coat on there. So he likes the baby blue color on there, so I think we're going to leave the baby blue top and probably leave it just like this. It's kind of cool this way. So over here is just a bunch of parts. So this is all of the crap that came out of the Nova, from the bezel to wiring to the steering column, the heater core, the old LS truck intake. What else is there? Coils. So it's pretty funny when you take all this stuff out plus the motor, you're taking out a lot of weight. So the funny thing was, when we removed the motor, which is this old iron block, we threw in the aluminum 6.0, we end up getting a much better stance. So currently we partner with Alden American. We've got coilovers on the front and shocks in the back. But look at this. Before, I think this was probably dropping down to just about here. So I think we gained 2 inches by just putting in an aluminum block. Pretty insane. So that's where we're at right now. Like I said, our next video will be the reinstall and hopefully sharing a little bit of a fire up for you, so you guys can see what this thing sounds like. A couple other things on deck. Obviously, we got our assembly lube for the new cam. That is supposed to be here in a couple days. That's one of those Truck Norris cams. We got some new Simpson seats, or seat belts, I should say. Thanks to our friend Trish, who works over at Simpson. So we've got the I mean, if you're gonna put on parts, you gotta put on some go fast parts. So we got some seats there. I keep saying seats, but seat belts. What else we got here? Again, just more junk. But anyway, that's kind of it for now. All right, well, that's, like I said, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. We will give you a little bit more of an update very soon. Hopefully, I think in the next few days, there'll be more shenanigans going on where we get this thing pulled out, put in, and we'll kind of take you along our journey with that. Again, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, and all the good stuff. See ya.